To make this even worse than it already is, Trump has claimed that if he can't win re-election, that he's going to bring America down with him. This is not something that you want in a fake leader. Is it not obvious what Donald Trump wants? He knows that he stands a good chance of losing. He tells Chris Wallace that fake polls he tells Chris Wallace that the polls are fake, but even he knows that he's losing, and you can practically feel the conviction rising inside him. If he basically said, if I'm going down, I'm taking the country down with me. He wants police confrontations with protesters. He doesn't want them in Portland. He says, I mean, it's fine, but but Portland is the equivalent of that town in Connecticut where they do summer stock in some old musical. Trump wants confrontation in New York, but he wants to play Broadway. I'm sure that some of you, even some of you who don't particularly like him, think that I'm being unfair in this type of thing, but he could not be more malevolent. That maybe Tuesday's presser and his endorsement of masks, however equivocal, indicates that he can be serious, is capable of change. If this is in you, I have one question for you. When since he rode down the escalator 5 years ago, has Trump pleasantly surprised you or impressed you, or has he ever risen to an occasion? The answer is never. If there had been a rare occasion when some TV pundits decided he looked presidential, and which meant that they really meant that they were expressing their amazement at the fact that he managed to read a script. Hold on. Um, where am I at here? But the answer is never, basically, because he's never amazed me or anything. Um, but basically, when people were saying that he might have been presidential, but what they really meant was that they're expressing their amazement at the fact that he managed to read a script for a change without heaping schoolyard abuse on people he hates. But those few episodes just prove how embarrassingly low the bar for the fake president has become. Um, no, no, he's been this way since 2015. He's been this way his entire life. He's been this way since he was 3 years old. He needs for everything to be about him, and he needs to divide the rest of the world into winners who love him and people who hate him, and he wants to inflict pain on the people that hate him. Think of the people he admires, like Putin, Xi, Kim, Erdogan, Al-Sisi. What do you think he likes about them? Their ties, their taste in opera? No. He likes that they are dictators like him, that they are strong, they mean business, they know how to handle the hippies, or the Uyghurs, as the case may be. Actually, it's worth taking a brief detour here on the Uyghur Road because it brings us inside Trump's brain in a way that's useful to keep in mind because between now and November, China has set up a network of re-education camps for the Muslim Uyghur population. The regime, in essence, counts them as traitorous, or at least presumed disloyal because of their ethnicity and religion. Nearly a million people are thought to be detained there without charges or a trial. The Commerce Department did take some measures against China over this in October of 2019, but remember what John Bolton wrote in his book in late 2018. Trump asked his aides why sanctions were being considered, and in a later meeting with Xi, Bolton recounted Trump, as usual, is undermining his own administration's official policy, and it said that Xi should go ahead with building the camps, which Trump thought was exactly the right thing to do at that time. Exactly the right thing to do. Contemplate a fake president of the United States uttering that sense to a dictator of a communist China, which Republicans would surely be emphasizing if a Democratic president had said such a thing about the internment of citizens on the basis of their religious faith. Of course, Trump thought that was a grand idea. He'd love to be able to do it himself, but he can't. At least now in this first term, who knows about a possible second term when he'd think he'd been given a mandate to do absolutely anything he wanted. But for now, he can't pull his eye and put protesters in camps. So he'll do the next best thing from his point of view. He will create a situation where violence escalates. Where, so he thinks, it's the Chinese majority versus the despised Uyghur minority, and he's the leader of the Chinese, and he positions Joe Biden as the leader of the Uyghurs, and that's how he thinks he might be able to win. I think he's wrong, but I also think he's wrong because he's in the nutshell of the United States here, of America. It's not the People's Republic of China, and public opinion still matters here, and public opinion is growing more and more against him every week. Sure, some awful lawless event could turn public opinion back in his direction, but it's more likely that it will fail, That's good because it means Biden would win, but it's bad because it's terrifying to think about what Trump would do in the closing weeks of an election. He secretly figured he was going to lose. He will encourage violence, and don't roll your eyes because he already did it several times back in 2016, when he encouraged his base to basically attack any protester. This time he'll ramp that up to scale, and that he's not capable of better behavior. He already hates half the country that he took an oath to defend and serve, and he always has. Once he decides that half has become an insurmountable majority that he can't win back, look out, he'll burn the whole house down to get what he wants. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan Ben Mike, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.